Forgot to talk about my sweet potato, but this sweet potato came out of greenhouse 2, and it is still with us. So I can start this year with the sweet potato vine. Maybe I'll get sweet potatoes. Middle of February in Michigan, not northern Michigan. We're about 45 minutes from the Ohio border. Hey you, that's Chilo? Oh my gosh, she's getting so filled out. Youngest rooster. He's playing with the bigger roosters these days. But carefully, he doesn't like getting hurt. My babies are in my garden. I've been adding rocks, trying to keep them out of the garden. I have bulbs in there. Shoo! Shoo! One of this year's babies. She doesn't chew yet. They're still being trained. That's Millie. Millie has a permanent limp. So they've gotten out 3 times this year. This is the 3rd time they've been out since winter hit. I am going to narc on myself and tell you that I'm taking down Christmas lights in the middle of February. I'm not going outside and doing anything when it's really cold. I'm going to go finish. Got one done. One to go, and it's windy. It would be warm if the wind wasn't blowing somewhat. But this is the north side of the house, so we're not getting any sun right now. I noticed while working on this how pretty the leader is. Those little pine cones, new growth. I'm not sure what that's gonna be. I'm learning. So we're keeping the leader tied up straight. The tree's not in the ground yet, and then we'll plant it and decide what to do later. But it'll need to come out more in the middle of the area here to give it room. But oh my gosh, these trees are so pretty. I was so happy to find them. Let's see if the other one's got that. Yeah, look at those. Just gorgeous. I have fallen in love with conifers. There's a lot of little carrots that survived winter. And some onions. Looks like some mint. There's a nice one. Oh, shadow, oh, shadow, shadow. Can't see it in the phone. The lighting's terrible. There's lots of little flowers in here. Lupine? Nope, that's not lupine. Can't think of a name of it. I had a bunch of seeds here in the fall, and they are still here. They survived winter. Calendula, that's what these are. And some bachelor buttons. I gotta keep me out of the right way in the sun. Maybe I should have sunglasses on, I can see. That is tea, chamomile. Excuse my shadow again. Yeah, but not bad for February. Hollyhocks. You can still see them. They look rough, but you can still see them. There's new leaves coming out on them. Crazy good. I'm ready for spring. Let's go. Let's go. They're ready for spring too. What a pretty color. winter color. I didn't like it when I first got that tree, or when I first started noticing the tree, and then I grew to love it. I have lots of winter sewing jugs in here. Basically, I'm running out of room in greenhouse 1. I have a few in the barnyard too. The only thing I can put in the barnyard is something that's completely encased and closed like these are, like these jugs, because then the voles can't get into them. So I came out here yesterday checking on my winter sowing, and these sweet peas were growing all the way to the top. That's my glove in the way of the shot. But anyway, they had outgrown their container. They were in greenhouse 1. And I put them in the ground and covered a little bit of straw around them. This week it's warm enough, not going to be an issue. But I mean, it's February. So will they survive? I don't know. I am working to see what I can take out of here to make room for the things I'm bringing in here. These came in from the house. Succulents. And the 4 o'clocks are repotted from in the house or out here. They're not standing up wonderfully yet, but they will. They're adjusting. My wintered peppers are out here. Some of them look great. It doesn't take them very long to come back after they get into the right environment. I had to do a dusting of diatomaceous earth in here. My roses had webs on it. Spider mites. This grass, I don't know if this grass is alive or not. And I wasn't sure what kind of grass it was. Today I'm thinking it's a lemongrass, and I do not think it's alive. It is a pretty, it's got purple in it, which is what makes me think it might be lemongrass. It's pretty, but I don't think it's alive. But it got watered, it got a spot, and if it comes back, cool. If it doesn't, well, I'm learning grasses. Thyme is coming back. Thyme has new growth on it. And this is my shrimp plant, the big mother plant. Things that look lousy are coming out here. I'm making room for them. Bring them back. When spring gets here, I want my wintered things to be ready to go outside and go in the ground or in a pot. She won't stretch. So I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not. But that's exciting for me. Oh yeah, look at the webbing on that. Good thing I didn't waste no time. Keep dusting it until I don't see any more webbing. That rose was looking wonderful and blooming early in winter. And then I moved it into the overflow area and it just went downhill. But it's alive. It's not a rose that can be left outside. It's a rose that has to be brought in. I had a bunch of tomatoes in this pot and I've taken 2 out. And I think there's this one in the middle is the only one that I'm going to keep. I do not know what kind of a tomato it is. And I need to know, I only want 2 of everything. I think I have 5 kinds. 4 or 5. Slicing tomatoes, stewing tomatoes, paste tomatoes. Not blooming. Do I see a bud? I think I see a bud. So flowers coming soon. This is, what is this? Snapdragon in the middle here. One survived. So if it survived, awesome. And if it didn't, I enjoyed it while it was good. Late fall, early winter. shrimp plant. This has been repotted about a week ago, same day as the 4 o'clocks on that shelf. And it has recovered very quickly and very nicely and has a bud on it. That is a bud. It did bud in the house once too. I have started seed potatoes, and I do see one here growing an eye. So before you know it, it'll be time to plant potatoes. I want my potatoes to be ready. I didn't have a good potato crop last year. I didn't have a good gardening season last year, so I'm stoked to get this one off to a good start. They're making their snack noises. They're finding food. Pond's thawing. I have a bunch of plants planted in that log that I have to take out because I think they're taking the log out. It's decomposed enough to tear it apart and pull it out, and I think they're redoing the pond area. I like it. It's all right. I don't care if they do or don't. Another little pond. Ducks have been in that one. There's food in there. Look at them. There's food everywhere. There's food under the leaves. Good for them. They need some good wild food. Foxglove, going on their 3rd year. And they seeded a bunch of foxglove babies over the fence. So there's going to be a lot of digging up and moving and potting up. Some for sale, enough for me and enough to share. Hukra and lamb's ear. Forget-me-nots. I love forget-me-nots because I don't have a lot of bulbs going on in the garden, so the forget-me-nots take the place of the bulbs that I don't have. The overflow area. That's where I've been pulling a lot of plants from here too, to put outside to restart. I don't know how we do it. I can always squeeze in one more plant. I can always rearrange something or move something and get everything where I need it to be. But I do get worried about it. This plant here, I have this really not nice looking plant on my shelf with a tag in it. And this is the mother plant. And it is beautiful. Did really well in here. You know, looks better than any of the other ones. I have one in the greenhouse that's getting ready to bloom on a little red table. This is the pot I was talking about. Look how puny that plant is. Like, it's alive. That's all I can say about it. And this is the tag. They propagate really easily. I'll show you another one. So I'm guessing they like the cold. The one in the stairway has these great big leaves, and this has been in a warm house, sunny house. Look how puny the leaves are. And it's branchy with puny leaves. Bromeliad, new to my collection. Very beautiful. I think it's the second one that I bought, and the first one is no longer with us. I just got the Christmas lights put away. Valentine's present. I put bulbs back in the ground after they've dried out, after I've enjoyed them. I think that's the way I'm going to buy my bulbs from now on. We are not deer resistant around here, and they usually get a good portion of my bulbs, so And this time of year, it's really nice to bring something blooming in the house. So this is Robin, Garden Extra. Thanks for joining me.